Hello, folks.
As you see, they've got a neck on the floor. He's got his hand on her neck.
He's straight out of Wales with the wind in his sails. He's tipping the scales, Silurian trails, revealing their names while he's lifting their veils. Public as sales, no one exhales. Won't read in the mail, it's not printed in braille. No bonus for sales, the light will prevail. He's telling the tale while he's hot on the trail. Whole nother scale, he's hammering the nail. He's trolling and rolling the camera and showing the standard that's double. Exposing the bubble, removing the muzzle. He's always got trouble, he's fighting the muscle and solving the puzzle. He's taking the fight and he's spreading the light and he's doing it right. Taking dark as the night and he's making it bright and providing insight while he's flooding your eyes like a hair in the headlight.
Don't even pick on me. Are you watching this? The press aren't allowed to film.
Injustice is served, collar crime is submerged. Don't be absurd, your vision is blurred. He's seen it occur, so right there on the curb. His iPhone record, he's filming the herd. BLM thugs act like cons high on drugs. They wrecking the place, they're smashing the face. He's in with the thick, in with hammers and sticks. Exposing the truth, he's showing the proof. He's trolling and rolling the camera and showing the standard that's double. Exposing the bubble, removing the muzzle. He's always got trouble, he's fighting the muscle and solving the puzzle. He's taking the fight and he's spreading the light and he's doing it right. Taking dark as the night and he's making it bright and providing insight while he's flooding your eyes like a hair in the headlight.
Just don't want to see it there. You just don't want to see the violence. You don't want to see the violence on some of those people. 3 people on a woman.
Support for the vets, pray unless we forget the pain he besets and the truth he projects. He's a victim of threats, but he never regrets. Live stream the upsets, no printing gazettes. He's taken the test, got the pedo's address. No south, east or west, he streams the protest. No news is suppressed, the whole truth is expressed. Twin standard he tests, he's facing arrest. He's trolling and rolling the camera and showing the standard that's double. Exposing the bubble, removing the muzzle. He's always got trouble, he's fighting the muscle and solving the puzzle. He's taking the fight and he's spreading the light and he's doing it right. Taking dark as the night and he's making it bright and providing insight while he's flooding your eyes like a hair in the headlight.
There's 4, 5 or 1. There's 2 on a girl. They pinned her to the floor. This one's getting a bully boy tactics. That's from the TSG probably. Sergeant, yeah.
Evening, folks. Sorry I'm a little bit late tonight. I'm still waiting for my guests to come on. So if Carrie, my admin, one of my admins, get in touch with Jo and Dion. I have sent them the link, but if anybody else wants to come on, please do put it in the comments. Please jump over to Real News Live News page. I can see everybody's comments there, or jump onto YouTube. I can send you a link if you want to jump on the show. It's a bit awkward this week because my guests aren't here, so I have to do this solo for the minute. And at the end of the day, it's for the 2 guests' benefit that I actually do the show for them. So it's a bit odd. So Jo or Dion, if you're watching, please follow the link and jump on, because otherwise I'm going to be stuck here on my Todd. You listen to me rambling for the next half an hour to an hour. Right, it might not even be that long because I haven't got too much to say unless I got guests, I suppose. Right then, folks. Come this weekend, it's Armed Forces weekend. I'm going to be spending it in the PTSD camp in Bath. So what I'll be doing is I'm going to go down on the Friday. I'll probably be staying until the Monday, because Monday is a day that Joe's actually in court as well. So I wanted to discuss that, but I can't. But as I don't know all the full details, unless Joe was on here, then I can't really say nothing, folks. So first of all, I'm going to put up the details for it. They have a good service down there, so it's worth going down. It's a weekend camp out, the 24th, 25th and 26th. It's PDS Camp Bath. It's Norwell View Farm, Bath Road, Norton St Phillips. Basically, folks, if you go to St Norton Phillips, you go to the village, and then you put into your sat nav Bath Road, and then it's about 3/4 of a mile, half a mile up Bath Road, folks. It's on the left. You see a sign for eggs for sale, and there's a farm gate. If you go through it, just go straight down the bottom of the little lane, and you'll come across little gravel car parking space you can park there. Now, if you're going to go there camping, it's free to any veteran. Maybe a veteran can be put up in a bunkhouse as well, because that's what it was for. Or you can just pitch up a tent, folks. If you're a civilian, you're most welcome to come along as well. Just make a small donation to the camp, because that's all you have to do. Bring some booze, bring some food, and you'll have a whale of time. I know them. This is the problem I got. I don't know everything that's going on at the camp on the weekend, which makes it really difficult. So if somebody can get in touch with Jo and tell her I'm on you, and I'm waiting for her to follow the link. I don't want her to let me down. See, I've got to look through the comments now at the same time and put them up. Right, yeah. So basically, they're doing a hog roast on, I think it's Saturday, and Saturday the hog roast will be. It won't be a hog. It'll be actually a lamb. So it's going to be a lot of food, quite a lot of food there. They're going to have a remembrance service as well for the veterans, folks. So it's going to be an awesome weekend. What you've got to realise, Jo and Dion with the PTSD camp, Dion is actually a para 3, which basically he did about 30 years with service, 20 odd years with the government, with the paras, and then obviously went on to private security, and went to other different countries. So very knowledgeable guy, forces guy. And what they've actually done with the camp is turned it into a PTSD camp for sufferers to come for respite. It's not there to cure them for PTSD, as a lot of people think. It's actually a camp just for respite, for veterans and families to come along and basically have a bit of a break. Now, at the camp, they don't charge for the veterans, like I said. They do charge for civilians to stay, which is not a problem, really, folks. If you could all please share and jump on, if you want to make comments, make them on Real News, Live News page. I'll be able to see them all. I'm trying to do three things here at once. I can't share as much as I'd like to. And yeah, if it's emergency, you're most welcome to come down to the PTSD camp, and they put you up. They have got tents as well as a bunkhouse. The bunkhouse was raised by funds, people who support the camp, by veterans. The veterans got involved. They built it, like Nobby and a load of other veterans who helped with electrics. The civilians helped as well, and so it's for the veterans' family. Where if they want to book a date, they can take the family down there so they can enjoy it, folks. So it's pretty good, like. And if anybody wants to jump on, just message in the messages on the page. I'll be able to see them, and I'll send you a link. I don't like going solo. I haven't got anybody to bounce off, have I? I have to bounce off myself. Well, I got bounce off this, I suppose. Stop me smoking. Yeah, so the camp has had a lot of improvements down there. They've had a bunkhouse which has had 3 extensions. So not the bunkhouse, the clubhouse. Basically, in the nights they have got a log fire in there as well, so to keep you warm and stuff like that, folks. So that's a good thing as well. They've got cooking facilities there as well, like a microwave and some other bits and bobs. So if you take some food down, you're okay. If you've got a camp cooker, take that down, like, do me. They have got a water sort of jug sort of thing, so heater. And yeah, definitely. Yeah, I was going to get onto that. I will put it up in a minute about Paul Reynolds as well with bushcrafting. But I'm just trying to read it through the comments as well. No, I'm not really. I'm an arse man, really, Mandy. You shouldn't have asked that. That's just a stress ball. I can't hold an arse in front of me like that, can I? Yeah, and they've had a lot of fundraising events. One of them was Sean Morris. He crawled around a field on his knees, 5 miles. It was 13 laps around one of their large fields. So he was on his hands and knees, and this was the year last December, I think it was. It was freezing cold, absolutely freezing cold. And I walked around and I filmed as he's going along, like to me. And we managed to raise £5,000 for the toilet block, which is two toilets, two separate toilets. Which no, there's actually three toilets in there. I'm sorry, two in one and one in the other side. But it also got male and female showers, so you can have a shower down there if you want. So it's got the facilities to like glamping, really. To be honest with you, 'cause that's what it's like, folks. It's absolutely brilliant. The atmosphere down there is awesome. You'll have a good night. If you want to fight, you can smoke in the clubhouse. You're right to drink. That's fine. 'Cause it's all about respite. It's all about relaxing. But why the veterans love it so much? Because they can talk about their war stories. If they suffer from PTSD, I mean, it does help them because they've all been through it. And it's nice to hear in what they've actually done for our country. And it's great to watch, folks. And what we have in this country is we don't have our government. Our government doesn't look after our veterans very well, folks. If you've got PTSD, it's terrible for you. And also, every year, 80 or 90 people from the forces actually die of PTSD because they take their own lives. So it's a good thing what the PTSD camp is all about. At the end of the day, folks, it's all about coming together and helping each other. That's what it's about. It's absolutely brilliant down there. I can't recommend it more really, to be honest with you. Let's have a look. See, I'm doing about 3-4 different things at once, which I shouldn't be doing, but I am. Right. This is more info on the camp as well. PTSD Camp Bath. All veterans stay for free. Everyone else that would like to stay at the PTSD camp, make a small donation. That's all there is a small donation. That just helps towards the cost of electric and maybe some food for the veterans. I'm not sure about this one, folks, because if I Jo and Dion, I could be talking about this now, folks, because Paul Reynolds, I think his name is. Let's have a look back in the comments. Yeah, Paul Reynolds. He's organising a veterans bushcraft camp, folks. So let's get rid of that comment for a minute. That's in the way. No, and that one's in the way as well. Respite for ex-forces with PTSD. No midnight bug-outs, shell scrapes, not necessary. He basically teach you how to survive in the wild, folks. And these sort of things are free of charge at the camp. They're there to help you, especially in the times of needs that we've got coming. We know there's going to be food shortages. We know there's going to be short electricity and gas and everything else. And this country could go really, really pear-shaped, folks. Let me have a quick drink. This is the problem, doing it on your own. I just hope Jo and Dion are all right. At the end of the day, I'll be seeing them Friday anyway, and I'll be having words with them, I think, because so if anybody wants to jump on, you can jump on, right? It's not a problem. We'll talk about all different topics. I've got a few I've got in my mind already, but I don't think I can just talk to myself for fucking another half hour or 3/4 of an hour, folks. But I'll give it a try. So yeah. Yeah, it is a working farm as well, as Hems Hog Rider Porky's just said. They've actually got loads of animals there, so it works respite in a lot of different ways. You've got horses down there, you've got pigs down there, you've got chickens, you've got geese down there, you've got a pack of animals as well, dogs and stuff. So it is pretty good, like, do you mean? Pretty good. they do use a horse and cart. Sometimes you might see me on a horse and cart down there in the past. Yeah. I, I'll be leading Tommy down there because he doesn't know his way on Friday, and he's got to blow that gasket. So just hope he doesn't break down. Yeah, there are a few other people I know are going down there. Quite a few. Yeah, I'll be bringing Sean on next week, hopefully. Next week's show is about alternative medicine. So the bushcraft could come in handy for that one if you know what your plants are and stuff like that. So next week it could be an interesting one. I am bringing Kim on from a friend of mine who helped me through cancer, and I will be bringing some. How can I put it? It's going to shut up a lot of people which were lied to by a certain person. I'm not going to mention their name, but they were lied to basically about me not having cancer. Now I've got everything ready now. I've had all my documents off the doctor, which I'll be bringing onto line. I will be proving to you that, that if you were told that person is a liar, and if he's lied about one thing, he's lied about loads more. At the end of the day, I had cancer and I cured myself, and I've got proof of it. So, well, I'm going to have a little fun time on my show next week, because it needs to be said. Because that person, obviously, if he speaks to somebody who's got a terminally ill cancer like I did, then it could actually affect them coming to me for help, and it could affect them. It could actually cost them their lives by somebody spreading false rumours. And I've been waiting for this for a while to get all the documentation, my medical records, because it has to be said, folks. It has to be said. I know certain people said, "Oh, just forget about it. Don't worry about it." The people who know you, believe it. But at the end of the day, it's not about that. It's people who don't know me. So I need to prove it to other people, so they can always look back on it. The evidence is on screen. It's come from my own doctor. So it needs to be done, because it could cost people's lives by somebody's lies at the end of the day. And I'm not in it to make money or anything like that, as you all know. I don't take a penny. I'm just there to help people. I'm there to spread awareness. I'm trying to help people find other alternatives to different medicines. So we'll go back to the camp. I think there is a few comments on it. Like I said, anybody who wants to jump on, they're most welcome to jump on. I can only see your comments if they are on my Real News Live News page, not group, page. I can see all your comments then, folks. If you've got any questions, just send them in. It'll keep me going, really, instead of me bantering on like a good one. And I don't think there's any questions. Yeah, Kim is she is a good laugh. She's I'm not going to say where she lives, but I've had her on my show twice before. I've done 2 shows with Profit Not Cure, I've called them. This will be Profit Not Cure plus Proof. That's what this one will be called next week, because it needs to be said and needs to be done. There are alternatives out there to look. At the end of the day, if I would have been dead now, and I can prove I would have been dead because I had stage 4 cancer. Do you know what I mean? So if other people have got stage 4 and given 6 months to live like I was, then there is hope for you. There is hope for you. It might not cure you. It might not put you into remission, but at least you have a better quality of life for the months you've got, or a year, or whatever you've got left. Because I don't want to see people going down the road where they have to go through certain. I can't really say too much. Going down certain pharmaceutical roads. If you're terminal, then you're terminal. No amount of chemo or radiation is going to actually help you, folks. It might prolong your life for a little bit, but it won't make your life better, because all that chemo will ruin your the last couple of months you've got left, or year left. Because that's how I found it. That's why I would not do the chemo for 6 months. Because I had 6 months to live. So I don't know why I've got on this topic, because I wanted to say about for next week's show, but I don't really want to. Right. Yeah, so Jo's in court Monday. I think it's the hospital. The police are taking her to court for some remarks in a hospital because she wouldn't wear a mask. Yeah, maybe in the future, Mandy. I might have Jane on. I do know her. I have met her a few times. This week, next week, I think I've got 3 weeks, close to a month I've still got, which are going to be, how can I put it, they're all booked up. Just a shame certain guests didn't turn up like today. Otherwise, I could have had somebody on like that. Do you mean? But I have to talk about this. Do you mean about the PTSD camp, because that's where I'm going this week. I will be doing a live down there. I will be taking you around the camp. Also, because their main business is a glamping site there. They've got they've got 2 log cabins, and they've got a tree house. Now that is it's a private business. That is separate. If you wanted to stay in them, it's going to cost you money. That's fact. Because that's their main source of income, folks. So, but you can book it. I tell you, I've done it a few times, and it's really nice there. Really, really nice. I've got to take some water. Got a frog in my throat because I'm just constantly talking, because I normally got somebody doing right by there. But there you go. Yeah, heaven. Hog Rider Porky is right there as well. Each of these, the 2 log cabins and the treehouse, they've actually got hot tubs there. So if you're booking it, I think it's about 100 to 120 quid a night, but it's well worth it because you get the hot tub. You can ask for a breakfast in the morning as well. So it's brilliant. It's got kettle facilities. It's got barbecue facilities. It's really, really nice. I wish I had the pictures on you, which I could show you. I didn't expect to be here on my Todd talking to myself. Yeah, no. I shouldn't be smoking, Mandy. I should be. This is my stress ball. My stress ball. Yeah. So the thing is, Jo and Dion, like I said, Dion is a para-free. They've got their farm there. At the end of the day, what they've actually done for the veterans, they're out of their own love, because they're the ones who are given their land to help veterans, and they've had a lot of abuse. Take it from me, they've had a lot of abuse, because people automatically think that the PTSD camp is to cure PTSD when it's never ever been for that. It's been there for respite, folks. That's all it's been there for respite. So what am I? No, I'm not. No, Kim will go absolutely mad if she sees me on a live smoking a cigarette. She will absolutely go bonkers, Mandy. I can't do it. I do want to do it, to be honest with you, but I'm not going to. Right. So let's see if let's go back over this. So the directions to get there. You can stay there like Friday, Saturday, and Sunday if you want to. And the directions are there. Just go to Norton St. Philip. I put that in your sat nav. I follow it till you get to the village, Norton St. Philip. And then what I would do is put in Bath Road. If you put in Bath Road, and like I said, it's 3/4 of a mile up the road, on the left-hand side, you see eggs for sale. And like I said, it's only a small donation for civilians to stay there, folks. So it's so easy. And it's a good weekend. You will have a good time. All good people. They don't put up with anything like that. Yeah, here we go. Thank you, admin. You can join the PTSD camp group by following the link on there, folks. If you follow that, that will take you to the group, and I'm sure you'll find some interesting information on there, and you can support the veterans as well who suffer from PTSD. If you notice, I actually support the Gurkhas as well as the veterans. That's another one of the passions that I am, because I feel the veterans have been treated badly, really. The veterans have been treated badly, especially with the prosecution of veterans, soldiers A to Z. I wonder if John wants to come on. John, do you want me to send you a link? Because I'm here on my Todd. Yeah, so I support the veterans. The Gurkhas, I mean, they fought for our country. I think it's close to 200 years, folks. They've actually been in our armed forces for 200 years. And they've actually been, who said yes, please? Yeah, right. I've got a guest. I actually got a guest coming on. So let's send that to John Lawrence. Bear with me for a minute, folks. All right, I think I'll have John Lawrence on in a minute. I'm hoping. Yep, I've sent him a link. I think it should work. If it doesn't work, that means it's my fault. My guest didn't come on. Hello, John.
Yes, mate. Yes, where's Joe?
This is right. A little bit. Oh, you've got the same problem as me with the green screen.
Wait,
Hello.
I can change mine.
Yeah, so can I. I can with mine. Mine goes blurry like that as well, folks. Yeah, definitely. I'm. There he goes. I've got a guest, and he's gone. Now he's back. Yeah, Jo and Dion were meant to be coming on my show tonight, but they haven't actually come on, John. I don't know what's going on, like to me.
Internet.
Yeah, I don't know. They were on a live last night.
It wasn't a live. It was pre-recorded from the afternoon.
Oh.
By Chris Mitchell. But going on about the Camp Armed Forces weekend, you know, we can't say enough. I don't know many families who don't have something to do with the armed forces. I just don't in Oldham, you know what I mean? My uncle was in the RAF. He didn't fly or anything, but he was in the RAF, and the same will go for everybody of like mine and your generation, you know. And I mean, considering how they're treated compared to the real terrorists and murderers, it's shocking, isn't it? It's shocking.
Yeah, I was talking about the Gurkhas, how they fought for our country for 200 years, and the way they're being treated, getting like they're getting like a tenth or 20% the same retirement pay for leaving the services, like, do you mean, compared to our veterans who fought for our country as well. So how much are they getting ripped off as well? You need to put your camera down, I think.
It's got stuff in background, but I'll put it down.
Yeah, that's all right. It's fine, mate. So yeah, what do you think about the Bush? See if I get it up now. What do you think about that then, John? The Veterans Bushcraft Camp.
Yeah, good. If you're going to learn something, I mean, bushcraft, you've got to learn to make a fire, aren't you?
That's Paul Reynolds. That is. I mean, that's putting an extra bow into to the camp, really, because a lot of people actually into bushcraft at the moment because they want to learn how to survive if it goes pear-shaped.
And
so you think it's a good idea?
Who hasn't camped out in the middle of the woods for a couple of days when we were younger? We used to do it.
Yeah, it would be quite fun. It would be, to be honest with you. So you're not coming down, are you, John?
No, I can't. Unfortunately, someone asked me if they wanted to come down first time, Andrew Patrick, but I just can't. It's difficult getting cover for my mum, and next week's my birthday, so I can't have like both weeks off, you know. But
yeah.
I've been busy In Oldham, I'm canvassing, knocking on doors, talking to people about voting, obviously. I've been busy doing that. And I've got a meet in London. We're having our first official party meeting in London. And I've got to write a speech for that. So just a bit busy. But my campaign for year, Phil, honestly, if I campaign hard enough this year, I will be getting a seat on Oldham Council. I will be getting a seat.
Well, that'd be good news then. When it'd be nice if an independent actually gets onto the council. There are 2 by-elections tomorrow. That is one up in Wakefield and one down in Devon somewhere. We've got
Frankie Ruffalo.
We've got Jordan Gaskell, who's been on the show, and we've got Mick from Freedom Alliance, who's been on the show. They're both standing in Wakefield, so that's going to be interesting. We've got Kimberly Isherwood, who's standing on the council for a by-election for the council tomorrow as well. So it's going to be an interesting day. I wish them all the best. I know Wakefield is a little bit harder because it's 2 people I know. So I can't see UKIP getting anywhere, to be honest with you. Freedom Alliance, it's going to be the same old. It might go back to Labour because it's a conservative hold, isn't it? The conservative paedophile who actually won that seat on the last time, the last election. Well, he's now serving time in prison, isn't he? He's either a paedophile or a rapist. I can't remember which.
I don't know, but he buggered a 14-year-old lad or
so that's a paedophile. That's a paedophile. And then the one in Devon for that by-election, he's a rapist. I keep on getting them mixed up. So at the end of the day, you've got 2 MPs who are being really bad. What's this? Oh. Oh, there you go. If you want to join the bushcraft, this is a kit list, folks. I'm going to take that down. I'm not going to leave it up there for long, but if you want to have a look in the comments later on, that'd be fine, folks, because that just hides John's face. I'll share. I won't share now. I'll share after, right? Because I'm not worried about how many people are watching. There's a few on different things watching, so, and I'm not really bothered. I get my shares after the show anyway.
So I mean, obviously, I've met a few people: Jada, Jordan Gaskell, Tracy Hurst.
Is Jada standing then? Is she?
Yeah, she's still standing. But it's unfortunate. She's telling people to spoil the ballots, and I'm just not on that way. But I also know Frankie Ruffalo, who's running in the Devon one for Britain. Lovely lad. I've known Frankie now something like 3 years, and he's been working hard. If you're on Facebook, you would have seen him out and stuff like that. So good luck to Frankie. And I think this is his first election. So no, buzzing for them all, mate. Buzzing for them all.
Yeah, so am I. But we're going to end up with the same old. You can guarantee it.
Yeah, but I mean, in our party, we don't want to be taking part in these by-elections because, like, the Wakefield one come up, unless there's somebody who lived in Wakefield and they were confident they'd get votes. But you know what? If there's a by-election in Oldham, I'm running in it. I'm running in it. Big John's going in the by-election.
Well, I don't blame you, mate, to be honest with you. There's a few issues I wanted to talk about tonight. Right. I might as well go, because I know you're big on the immigration, right? I might as well go for the immigration. There was a demo in London on Saturday, and a guy went around with a camera.
I've seen it, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I want to put it up. I'm going to put it up. It's only a minute odd long, and because I have got it in the background. Let's see if I can find it now. So, folks, this video was done in London Right, bear in mind now, stand up to racism. They're there, welcome refugees. They're singing and dancing. Well, we love refugees. We want more refugees in the country, right? And this is what was filmed, folks. This is what was filmed. See if I can find it now. As long as I get the right one. Yeah, it comes under double standards for the lefties. That's how I've titled it. Double standards for the lefties.
Oh, it's your placard saying refugees welcome here. I was just wondering if you'd like to go down on a list saying you're willing to take the refugees into your home.
Of course not. Only problem is I rent.
You rent?
Yeah.
Maybe an issue?
Yeah, because they've put 9 bedrooms in a 4-bedroom house, so we're pretty much
So, to actually adopt a refugee and take them into your home?
Well, if I had any space, I would.
If you had any space.
It wouldn't be
Right.
a nice place to bring them because it's a bit overcrowded.
Right.
But yes, if I had the space, definitely.
Thank you very much for that, love. Pop one into your home?
I live in a rental place, so I can't.
Rental?
Yeah.
You can't do it?
Yeah.
Someone else's job?
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry, I can't.
You can't take one?
I don't have a
Don't have the space?
I-
You have a refugee stay at your house?
Yeah, I don't mind.
You go on the list?
I don't mind, yeah, I can take, give me the thing. Oh wait, I can't, because my house is only a little small and
Amazing. Would you be willing to have a refugee in your home?
Yes, if I had room.
If you had room, it's funny that. To adopt a refugee?
No, thank you.
No, thank you. Any reason in particular?
I don't. What sort of refugee are you talking about?
Excuse me, would you be willing to adopt a refugee into your home?
No.
No.
Sorry, I can't.
Would you adopt a refugee into your home?
No, thank you.
No? Adopt a refugee?
I would be willing, yeah, if I had the space.
If you had the space?
Yeah.
So, where should we put them then?
Where should we put them?
Yeah.
There's plenty of people who have got
Who are you, mate?
My name's Jim, who are you?
My name's Alistair. I'm already adopted a refugee, thanks.
What does racism mean to you?
It means not equality for those who can't belong here.
For those that don't belong here?
Yeah.
Amazing.
Oh, John. I watched that and I was laughing. They're standing there, refugees welcome, with a sign like this. Will you take a refugee? No.
Did you hear that woman? What kind? What kind? The most,
Yeah, I know.
That's the most racist. I hate saying that word, but that's the most bigoted, racist thing I've ever heard anyone say. What kind of refugee? I just don't want any of them, me, Phil. I just don't want any. I don't care what colour they are, where they come from. I just don't want any of them, me. So I'm not being bigoted there. But what kind? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Fuck off.
Implying what kind? What do you mean? Black or white or from a different country? What did she actually mean? Like that was definitely a racist reply.
You know, like she might have meant, oh, if it's a Ukrainian, I'll have them. You know what I mean? Rather than having someone from Saudi Arabia or Iraq or something. I just don't want any of them, mate. Don't matter. You know, people seem to think that like I'm using colour. I don't want white people to come here. I don't want nobody. We're full.
Yeah, that's right, mate. Here is. Right. I'm not going to cover it too much because I don't want them coming up because there's over 10,000 that come over on the boats. It's 30,000 beds a day in hotels, and that's just hotels. And that's £3 million every single day that goes to housing them.
4.7 million.
Yeah, in total, in everything that goes on, like, I mean, I'm not happy about it at all, like, I mean, what's going on. But our government is still doing it. They're still absolutely letting them into this country. Hello, Mank. Dave, how are you doing? Hi, Mandy.
But Phil, that's 4.7 million is the hotel bill. So how much is the transfer bill, all the coaches that have to be put on, all the food they have to give them before they get to the hotel? How much is all that costing? You know what I mean? With 4.7 million, it's probably something like 6 million a day or something. It's just, and you know, like everybody.
You know, it goes into billions for the year, mind, doesn't it?
Oh yeah. Everyone where I'm voting is mad that we're sending that money. So on my next leaflet, I've wrote down we're sending 1.3 billion to the Ukraine war machine. That's what I've wrote on my next leaflet. And I don't care what anyone thinks of Russia or anything like that. We're sending guns and equipment over to there, and people are going to die on both sides. So really, anyone who supports what's going on in Ukraine, you're fucking murderers. You're murderers. You're killing people. You're killing people.
I'm not happy about any type of war, mate. I think war is controlled by governments, the elite to earn more money, and by the bankers because they finance the wars, like the Soros, the Rothschilds, the Rockefellers. I mean, this is how it's gone. Well, we all know about Soros. He actually, his families financed the Second World War, both sides, Germany and Britain. And I think all war's wrong. Totally. You should be able to talk about it. And at the end of the day, it's the elite and our politicians who want the wars. It's not us. And the only people who suffer are the people who are on the front line, the soldiers, the people. Like at the moment, who's suffering now for Ukraine and Russia? It's us. It's us, mate. Cost of living. Another ploy, do you mean? That is because of the war. That's what they blame it on. It's the war, COVID, and Brexit. More like it's pre-planned. I can't hear you.
Yeah, definitely. And don't you remember? Just there's a couple of lads been arrested from Britain fighting in there against the Russians, and they've been captured by the Russians, and they're under death sentence, right? So when you go to the media like, well, they were lovely lads, and you know they went over there and all that lot. But when it was people of Middle Eastern origin going to Iraq, oh, it's bad, that's bad. So they're fucking picking who goes to what war. I'm sick of it, Phil. Honestly, I'm sick of it. Next person who says anything about war to me is getting that.
Mate, it's just a money excuse to put our taxes up, full stop. But what has it done this time? They're using the excuse is it's our oil, our fuel, our gas, our food prices. We don't get all our wheat from Ukraine. That's another bullshit they're telling us. There's only a small amount that comes from Ukraine. We get it like from Africa and the rest of the world. Do you mean? It's the same as the oil. It's only 5% our petrol prices actually come from Russia.
Yeah.
Our fuel and gas, we are not like, say, Ukraine or Poland, who have got like 50-60% of their gas and electric their gas comes from Russia. We're not the same, mate. Ours don't come from there.
No, I know. So why is our prices going up? It's just a big con.
It's greed. It's greed.
And Mike Dave's in the chat, and I think we're off to Dover, and we got it for like say £1.11. You know what I mean? And in a year, it's gone up to £2 a litre. It's a load of bollocks. And you know that even the lefties are saying about fossil fuels again. You know, you can't make it up. If I became in government, right, I'd go back to fossil fuels and nuclear. Fossil fuels till we can sort our nuclear out, and that's what I'd do. I wouldn't have anyone building the nuclear stations for us. We'd do it ourselves, right? And I'd just carry on using fossil fuels. Honestly, I don't care. No one says anything to China. And if Britain tomorrow went green and stopped using fossil fuels, the week after, China would be putting out what we didn't. So there would be we wouldn't be saving anything. We wouldn't be reducing the global compact. You know, we would not reduce the global climate if Britain tomorrow went all 100% green. In another week, China would have put out and would continually put out more than what we was putting out. But nobody says anything. You know what I mean?
Well, Germany are actually opening 5 more coal mines, mate.
They have to. Germany are strangleholded by the power coming from Russia. And Trump did a big speech on it in 2018. And you can see at the back, you can see all the Germans laughing at him. And they're not laughing now, are they? They're not laughing because they're on strike. They're looking at power cuts. They've got to reduce power. They've put letters out telling people not to boil kettles and stuff. Honestly, in Germany.
It's bonkers, mate. Fiona just put down, what was it? Aidan James got done for going abroad to fight ISIS. Yeah, he did, didn't he? Wasn't it in Syria? And then when he came back, he got arrested. He's still in prison now.
Yeah. Well, Aidan's case is a bit weird. It's a bit weird. I mean, he's done wrong things himself, but you've got to remember that our current political climate, they've got to highlight a Western man doing something really bad. And that's what Aidan did. Never killed anyone, but he already had mental health issues. And you know what? Even before he went, the police and the authorities were aware. He kept a diary. They could have easily stopped him. They didn't even take his passport off him. And he just went. It just smells to me, Phil, like a setup to make him look like he's a very bad British person, you know, trying to victimize him when he shouldn't have been victimized. And Jenny from Leeds has contact with Aidan, but you know, that's his story. It's wrong. And I said that from the beginning. I don't care what he's done bad in his life. It's been a setup by the British authorities to make someone look guilty, and you know, and he's a victim. He's a victim, just like the rest of the people who get locked up, like Melanie Shaw, big victim. But I don't know if you know that there's the old child sex exploitation review come out this week, and there's a load of girls involved, and the council have give taxi licenses to paedophiles. The police.
This is in Oldham, isn't it?
This is in Oldham. Sophie's case. Sophie, the police let her out, and she just got picked up again right outside the police station by two guys who just come out and raped how many times. And then another victim got in contact with me, and I know the family, and she told me it was not last Thursday, the Thursday before, while we were on the show, and I said she's having a meeting tomorrow about the report. And then the next day come, and they just played her like a victim, said she was a prostitute, a druggie, and a criminal. And she just got dead upset. And, you know, no one's fighting her corner. You know what I mean? No one's fighting her corner. And I'm mad because, like, we're all going on about the police and all that lot, but really, the people, some of the people as more responsible than anyone else are the Muslim counsellors. And apparently there's policemen and an Oldham counsellor been involved in all this.
Yeah, Oldham was Tuesday, all day Tuesday on the news. They're actually letting it come through slowly, the information that's going on about the grooming gangs, because today was about Rotherham and the findings. So they're slowly letting everything come out about them not actually doing anything, because they haven't done anything. The police stood back and let it happen. They were told about it. They ignored it because they were afraid to be called racist.
That's politically correct word, yeah. One sec.
And at the end of the day, it's a certain, as far as the grooming gangs are concerned, on the news, like Oldham yesterday and Rotherham today, we can't say any different. It is only one religion. Well, 95% of it is one religion. But the police have just sat back and let it happen. People who were in care. I watched it on the news today. Somebody from Rotherham was actually in a taxi, in a car, got stopped by the police. She was actually from a care home. She had been abused. She was being abused. She told the police she was from a care home, and the police didn't get involved. They just let the car carry on. How's that right? Like, to me, it's. I am having a fag, folks, because I know I've calmed down now because I'm not on my Todd anymore. So
it is. So the Rotherham findings have come out today, and they've not held anybody accountable. They've not held
Yeah.
anybody accountable. That's what it says. The hundreds of failings and all that lot, but they've not held anybody accountable. No counsellor, no social services chief, no police officers, and there was 280 complaints by 50 people against the police, and no one's been found guilty. You know, and I just but I mean, in Manchester, Great Manchester Police have been took over now. You've got Chief Constable Stephen Watson, who's took charge of Manchester. And I've been going to the Mayor's question times, and they've been arresting people across Greater Manchester, violent crimes, sex crimes. So they are increasing in their arrests and things like that. But the finer point is, like, there's a council meeting on Monday, a full council meeting about it, right? Now, if I was in the council, I would want people who were heads of them departments and who were councillors, anyone involved, indirectly or directly, need to be sacked and need to be barred from going against the council. But, I mean, Oldham's a politically correct town, has been for ages, steeped in it, and it goes back 50 years. And with the Labour Party and the councillors not doing nothing, they've just let the Pakistani community run riot in Oldham. And I'm not going to hold bards. On Monday, I'll be pointing the fingers at them as well, because no matter what happens, no Pakistani councils have come out yet. No one's said anything, you know, all right, like that. No one's said anything, and they'll just keep it like that. They'll keep it quiet. People don't realise that these people don't care anything for anything British. They don't care. That's why the girls are raped. They don't give two flying Fs about it. I'm telling you honestly, I'm getting mad, me. I'm getting mad.
Oh, mate, I've been getting mad about it for a long time. The thing is, you've got, like you said, the councils are responsible as well for what's been going on, because a lot of these groomers targeted children in care homes. They're the vulnerable people of society, and they are. I was in care myself, like, you know, and it's an easy target. It's an easy target for a groomer to actually target people who've not got parents, and it's an easy one for them, like, you know.
But in the end, right? I mean, they didn't report it because of fear of being called racist. Not what it is, right? In the north of England, is the police are scared of the Pakistani community. That's what they are. There's no other thing. All roads lead to one, and it leads to that. Because these people will riot, they'll kick off over things that, like, they shouldn't be doing. You know what I mean? And they've not integrated properly, which means they're more likely to riot and kick off and all that. And you know, and when I get in a council, if I ever get to do a big speech, I'll be pointing my finger at every single person in that council, whether they Lib Dem, Conservative, whoever are on the board of Oldham Council them years. So on the 27th, I think the general public of Oldham are coming into Oldham Town Centre, making the way to the Civic Centre where they're having the meeting. But honestly, you couldn't make it up.
Yeah, it's totally bang out of order, full stop. Like, I don't know how we go about it, because it's actually, the thing is, you've had two reports in Oldham and Rotherham, right? A few other cities, but it's actually happening in every city in the country. In Scotland, Glasgow, Edinburgh, Aberdeen, Cardiff, Swansea in Wales, North Wales. It's happening in every single city in the country, like Birmingham, like you said, Manchester, Bradford. It's happening every single city. Now, you would have thought the police would have got onto this. Now, once they've been found out for Oldham and Rotherham, that they start to get their act together. But it doesn't seem to be, because they're still doing it in the likes of Swansea and shishi bars and stuff like that, kebab shops. They're still actually grooming our kids. And like you said, taxis. Taxis is the main cause of it as well.
A big thing about them taxis. I mean, Well, let me just go back to Rochdale. So Shabir Ahmed and another guy, they wanted, when they first got arrested for rape charges, they were, somebody stick up for us, somebody stick up for us. So 2 Rochdale councillors stuck up for one of these guys, not Shabir Ahmed, but another one, Kwabir or something. And then someone else stuck up for Shabir Ahmed. So while he's under investigation, he's working for Oldham Welfare Services. That's what it says in the report, welfare services. So it's not giving you which department in welfare services he's working for. Yeah, they're very clever on that report. They're very clever with the words that come out. He was a taxi man taxiing fucking vulnerable children, Phil. Oh, fucking hell. Oh,
mate, I had 3 taxis for 10 years, like Dimmy, and we had to have DBS checks and stuff like that. But you had to have a special one for when you were doing schools. But if you go to Cardiff, it's slightly, you do have DBS checks, but the problem is, if you've got one member of the family who's passed their knowledge or whatever, like Dimmy, they just pass that license onto their brother or cousin. You know, that's how it works, mate. They don't actually have to get a taxi badge themselves. They can just get it off a member of family, like. And it does happen, and it's going to be proved it's happened. I'm sure it'll come to light that is one of the reasons why they've been doing it and getting away with it. Because have you ever jumped in a taxi and they don't know where they're going? And if you look at the badge, it was renewed during that year. Well, if you have a look at the badge, half from hide the badge, mate, because then you can't see the picture doesn't represent them.
Yeah, of course. I haven't, but my mum phoned me up one day, and I just left her 5 minutes before, and she phoned me up. She's in a taxi in Oldham Town Centre, and she wants to go to the nearest crematorium, which is in Hollingwood ward where I'm working. So this is the nearest crematorium for a town taxi, which is like a black cab in London. So these guys know where they're going. He couldn't speak English properly, and he didn't get there and tried charging me mum a tenner. You know what I mean? So I didn't even go. I was going to work. I didn't go to work. I went in work late, come back to town, went to taxi rank, asked all taxi drivers, waited till the guy come back, took pictures of his taxi and then phoned the manager up at the taxi place, said, if you don't get him sacked, I don't want him near these taxis again. That's what I said. You know what I mean? Couldn't even speak English. You know, and integration is a big thing. If you're going to work in a town taxi, which is the equivalent of a black cab in London, the black cab drivers have to do a mad test. They've got to do a test where roads they've got to go and all this lot. It doesn't look like none of that. And he's got a taxi license. This guy's actually got a taxi license. It's a joke in Oldham, and people won't talk about that side of it. They'll talk about the councillors being guilty, but they won't talk about the overall community not integrating into Oldham. So these things are never going to stop. These things won't stop in any of the towns that you mentioned because they don't integrate into British society. It's a big thing, Phil, and these are all the things that can furious me. I've not been talking, but Billy from PAG UK messaged me a couple of times about the people behind the investigation need looking into, and they just look really shady. You know what I mean? Honestly, it's just a joke, and I don't think there's going to be any peace. I'm not happy with it, and I'm going to go into the council next year not happy with this. You know what I mean? Not happy with it.
I don't blame you, mate. Mank Dave says, and they didn't have a clue where they was going, used to drive me nuts. At the end of the day, right, most taxi firms, reliable taxi firms, they've got a phone. They call it a PDA. It's basically just a smartphone where they put in the address or postcode you're going to or the pub you're going to, and they'll take you directly there, the shortest route via Google, minus any road diversions. So they haven't really got an excuse not to know where they're going. But like you said, they can't understand. Half of them should have never ever passed the knowledge because they can't even speak the language of English. So why should they be driving anyway? They shouldn't be able to pass a knowledge test unless they can actually talk the Queen's English properly, like Timmy. You still there, or you? It looks like John's disappeared. So yeah, folks. The next thing I want to go on to is actually, I don't know where he's gone. He's disappeared. He's still live up. Perhaps he's dealing with his mother for the minute. Yeah, they did steal the London black cabs business in the 90s. But you've got Uber now, which is doing just the same. They've nicked a lot of the trade in Cardiff now. I mean, it's a lot of trade nicked, and you can't be sure of an Uber driver either because they're not a Hackney driver, and you need really an Hackney driver who's driving taxis, folks. To be honest with you, you still there, John?
I'm here. I'm here.
The next subject I want to go on to, John, is about the train strike. What are your thoughts on the train strike?
Oh, well, I mean, some of them are on 60, 70 grand a year, aren't they? You know, I don't know. I don't know what it's like to drive a train and stuff like that. But, you know, when I think about it, 60, 70 grand a year and they're driving a train. So they've got, you know, the safety this, safety that. There's 14 people connected to Oldham Council on 100 grand a year. And they've let all these girls get raped and they've let Oldham become the poorest town in the United Kingdom. Do you understand what I mean? So them train drivers, they haven't killed anyone. You know, they haven't brought anyone poor. They're still doing the job. They drive trains, health and safety and all that. And I know about health and safety. But Oldham, 14 people on over 100 grand, and a couple of them earn more than the Prime Minister. So what? I don't understand all this wage rubbish. I don't get it, Phil, because like I just said, people are complaining about the rail guys. I'm complaining about the 14 people on over 100 grand in Oldham, which is the most poorest, most destitute, most politically correct, racially divided town in the United Kingdom. So, you know, I just can't get on it. I can't get on it because of this old CSE thing. I can't.
Well,
But I mean,
I can understand with some of the people who work on trains, right? They do only get like 25, 30 grand a year ticket offices. But it's not the only reason why they're striking is because of wages. The average wage of a train driver is actually 54,000. But times you get overtime, you can make it up to 70 or 80,000. Depends how long you've been with the company as well. Your wage goes up. That's just a starting wage, by the way. So but what you got to remember, they didn't lose a penny through lockdown, not one penny. Now the Welsh train services, I spoke to one of the leads or union reps, and he was saying Wales actually during lockdown they had 3% pay rise per year, but the rest of the country didn't. Now train providers, train workers are looking for, I think it's 7%. Now, with the cost of living just gone up to 9%, they're going to want 9% instead. And then come before Christmas, I can guarantee you it'll be on 15%. I mean, everything's increased. I don't believe it's 15%. I actually believe it's a lot more, actually, folks. Times you think of your fuel's nearly doubled in over 12 months. Then you look at food, which has gone up 25%. I've noticed that on my food bill personally, it's gone up 25%. Then you've got the electric and gas, which has gone 54%, which is going to go up another 34% in October. And from next year onwards, the electric and gas companies are going to be charging you with 4 rate rises in a year, folks. This is what they're going to do. Every single quarter, they're going to put it up. So, but the unions, now, you've got to remember, the unions actually pay a large amount of money to Labour. That's why Labour were on the front line supporting the train strikers. Now, I'm sorry to say, I take a 10% pay decrease to go and work for the trains with that amount of money. Most people on lower than national minimum wage, a national wage. Do you mean we're talking what 25,000 quid, and the majority of people are on less than that? What happens? You can't have self-employed people going out and going on strike. You can't have people working in shops going out on strike because they're not part of a union. It's wrong because it should be across the board, folks.
Well, I mean, like you said, Unite the Union and the big unions, they fund the Labour Party a lot. The Labour Party got funded by 14 million off Unite the Union in the 2019 general election. They fund them all the time. But is this just a stunt to upset Boris?
I don't think it's a stunt. I think it's part of the plan, mate. It's part of the plan. It's part of the plan. Same as why aircraft have been stopped. A certain amount of holidays, like 10% by Ryanair or something. EasyJet is another one. I think it's a way of trying to stop us travelling. To be honest with you, John.
Well, yeah, but I mean, it's to stick one at the Conservatives as well because it's causing havoc in it. It's been all over the news. They've been interviewing people. I've got to go down. I've got to do this and that, and it just makes Boris look bad. And you know, that's the politics that we're in now. I don't want that kind of politics, me. I want to get into a room with that union boss and not come out until we've sorted it out. Until we've hammered out an agreement. But we don't have that. We have tit for tat. The union boss won't go in. He's been in league with. He's been at it to Keir Starmer. Right, I'm not going in. He's wound up a lot. Right, you publicise that you've had your Labour guys on the thing. Going. We'll just upset the Conservatives. That's how politics is now. But I'm just not going to stand for that, me, when I'm in the council chambers. And if I ever become any kind of leader of the council, those working under me best just like be aware. You know what I mean? We don't tit for tat. We don't tit for tat politics here. I've got a personal grievance against any Labour person or anything. I'll try and ask them, like I did with Brian Stringer in Cheetah Mill, like I've done with Andy Burnham at Mer's Question Time and stuff like that. But I'm not just going to go tit for tat, you know what I mean? And that's what they're doing now. I think it's just to upset Boris, because Boris is going through a bit of a run. He's had all these scandals at Beergate, rubbish, and it's just unbelievable. But them unions, they hold a lot of power. Them unions.
Mate, I'm telling you, the one thing I would stand with the train strikers, I've got to be honest about this, it's the loss of jobs, which are on about bringing in 2,900 loss of jobs across the board. Now, those 2,900, what they're trying to do is push it out of the ticket offices. So they're making it all digital. So basically, you will not be able to get a train if you haven't got a card, and you have to do it online, or you can do it at the train station through your card. So I think the government, the thing is, the government could step in because we do actually own the train service. All we do is lease out the service to all these different rail companies. It's still ours. It's probably one of the only things we've actually got left is TfLL and our train services. Now, the government should really step in. But if we get rid of it, if we don't fight, I do agree with the train workers fighting for their jobs, which you're talking 2,900 of them are going to lose it. And that's actually pushing towards a cashless society. Now, what are your thoughts on a cashless society? This is pushed by the government, and guarantee it's a bigger plan in place. It's like they started on the car parks, which were cashless. You had to do it through an app, or you had to do it on the card. Now they're hitting the trains. They've already done it on the buses. They've done it on the buses. So,
but London's like that anyway. I mean, when we go to London and we're going on the underground, I go to the machine. Half the time, the gate don't work or something like that. Someone's got to let it through. They're always going to need people doing them kind of jobs. They might reduce them, but they're always going to need. But I mean, this cashless society and all that lot, it's what you want. You know, it's coming. There's nothing going to stop it.
Well, people need to stand up, right? People need to stand up because people don't realise what a cashless society will actually mean.
I know, but you know, like there's no way to avoid it. We're too late into stopping that kind of thing. Honestly, Phil. And you know, I have to say this, right? I'm not. I have to say this. I'm just the kind of person that, you know, what I say on screen, I'll say to someone else in private. I don't say anything in private to someone that I won't say publicly, really. You know what I mean? Unless it's really personal. But, you know, there's nothing. But it's coming. And I have nothing to hide me. They can track me wherever they want. I want them to. I want them to know what I'm doing. That's what I want them to do, know what I'm doing. And they realise that we're not the criminals. Someone else is the criminals.
Yeah, but you're having criminals who are tracking you, mate. That's a problem we've got. We've got a government who are a bunch of criminals who should all be removed. All of them, every single one of them should be removed out of that parliament. Look, they caught 2 in the last year who have been kiddie fiddling and raping. At the end of the day, mate, how many more of those 650 are doing exactly that? That's without the corruption, as far as the money is concerned. The secret bank accounts for the foreign aid, everything like that, mate. They're all a bunch of corrupt bastards. As soon as they go into politics and end up in the Houses of Parliament and realises how lucrative it is, or what they can actually get away with, it's wrong, mate. They should all be dragged out of Parliament, and I'm not going to say what they should go. They should actually be tried. I'm not saying too much because my
French Revolution, Phil. French Revolution.
Well, mate. Look what they've done. Look what they've actually done to us during COVID. They've admitted about the old people in old people's homes, what went on. Do you mean end of life drugs, certain care homes and stuff like that? That's why figures went up. How many actually people died of COVID itself? 6,500 people died in the whole of the time. And if people don't believe me, they can go and put a freedom of information in for it. It's fact, folks.
That's right. 6,500. I totally agree.
And we've had close to 3,000 people who died of the jibby jab. I've got to watch what I say because it'll be taken down. And that's fact. You can go onto the onto the website for the government. It's all there. It's there in front of you. And these people are still thinking our government are there to look after us. They're not. They should be dragged out. Oh, it drives me mad, mate.
French. Vive la France!
I'm going to France September, I'm hoping. I want to do a bit of filming. I want to see, because obviously it's going to kick off a big time when people start starving and everything else. I want to go there. I want to see the fire brigade out again. I'm hoping they'll come out during September sometime, because that's when I want to go. Because the weather's not too bad. I want to see the water cannons out. I want to see the rubber bullets, and I want to get it on film. You know, that's the reason why I want to go there, because we haven't got any of that in this country. But if they're trying to do it, why can't we? You know. Oh, there I go. I'm probably going to get a strike for this probably now. But by the way, mate, do you know that the music at the beginning of my show is done by a guy called Darren Purcell? Now, Darren Purcell wrote it, produced it, and sung it. No, it was produced by somebody else. He sang it. Last week, they gave me a copyright warning for 1 second, right? A copyright for 57 countries of 1 second. This week, when I did a live yesterday, it was 47 seconds for the same song. Why did they give me a copyright when I've got permission to use it? It was given to me as a present. It was written for me. I mean, all right, at the end of the show, he's given me permission to use that.
You'll have to write to them something, but they may have picked something up in it that they thought was copied or something. But you'll have to write to them.
Nah, none of it's copied, mate. Absolutely nothing. I've never used the music before. He's really a good rapper. He writes it himself. Somebody else produces it for him. Facebook are just trying to attack me left, right, and centre at the moment. My Nimrod Watt account is down to lower feeds. My Philip Watkins is back up, so now I'm gonna have to get another profile again, just for a backup in case this one goes down. Because it makes a hell of a lot of difference. A lower feed, mate. If you go in a lower feed, I normally get like how can I put it? I can put 10 posts up a day on Nimrod Watt, and I can get 500, maybe 600-700 likes on it. I can spread awareness that way with my memes and stuff and shares. But now it's down to 100 because they put me in the lower feeds. Now, Philip Watkins, normally for each mem I do, on some good memes, I can get 100, 200, 300, 400 likes. But Facebook are twats. They like censoring people, mate. They like censoring people.
Can I put some pictures up of the camp?
How are you going to do that?
Share screen.
Can I share screen?
Do it. Oh no, I don't know if it's letting me. I don't think it's letting me.
No, I don't think it will, mate.
All right. Oh yeah, it has.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. I didn't know a guest could do that.
Yeah, of course. The guest can the screen. So that's inside the bunkhouse. And there is a couple of rare tins.
Hang on, let me get rid of the comment for a minute. Yeah, that's clubhouse, isn't it?
Yeah.
The top picture's a clubhouse. Yeah, that's War Memorial on the other side.
Wait, I think I've done it wrong. I'm on it now. Hold on a sec. I'm on it.
Do you know how to do it?
Yeah, I'm on it. I just did it wrong at that one point. That's better.
Oh, I didn't realize a guest could actually do that.
Yeah.
I know I could. Let me put it up, because it's only me who can put it up, innit? Yeah, so that's the food down at the camp, folks. Let's get rid of that again. That is the memorial, part of the memorial.
Yeah, one of the sets. There's two like that, one on either side of the field, isn't there?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's the other one on the other side. That was the last remembrance service we'd done. Oh, that you can see Tom on the left. See Tom on the left?
Yeah.
Now he's the one who financed all the memorial, the lights, the grass, all the metal features with the guns.
More than £10,000.
Yeah, he's with flagpoles. Amazing guy, absolutely amazing guy, Tom.
The path coming from the house there, you see the lanterns. Not you, Phil. Everyone in the chat. The lanterns represent each veteran who's took their own life for whatever reason. And I can't remember how many we had there. There might have been 26, maybe, or 27. But Joe said the other night that the figure's gone up to 30 odd or something.
Yeah, you got. Hang on a minute. Yeah, you can see. Where are we? Let me think. Yeah, you can see the clubhouse is just below my sign.
I think I've got all the clubhouses on here somewhere. So yeah, where we're looking at there now.
We're looking at the duck pond, right behind.
Right.
That's the two sets of. They go at an angle, and then down below is stables and stuff like that. Over there is a duck pond by the tree. and that's the flags. And the Mines at War has been taken away now. They are going to put the PTSD camp in there instead. I think it's going to be in cement and then sand on top, or stone on top to make it yellow. All the flags represent all the nations which have been at war, friend or foe. So it's not just for Britain; it's for all different countries who fought in the Second World War.
And this is this is a first of its kind of memorial. That they've done.
It's the only one in the country which is a private one, isn't it?
Yeah, but like I want to say though, like obviously it's for veterans and stuff like that. But just Joe Bloggses come down and help out. These Joe Bloggses can drive tractors like Sean O'Connor did. For a weekend while everyone's partying. Sean's with the digger digging out the cesspit and the back of the lodge thing. And then when last time I went up, I met Rob, who did a lot of work around the camp, soldering the silhouette soldiers and stuff like that. They did manage to get electric into the shed at the back over there, but I think it's got blown down a few weeks ago.
Yeah, they've Sparky's actually put electric up there now at the back. The shed's not up there because that was blown down, but the electric is just gone up there now.
But I've been there, mate. I've been there when members of the public, not veterans, have turned up with stuff for the camp. And every time I go down and try and take a box of tins and pasta and rice and stuff like that with us, I can't say enough about the camp. I mean, I'm looking after my mum and she's got advanced Alzheimer's. I'm 6 days a week, 24 hours a day. It's absolutely stressful for me. But the last time I went down here, it felt like I was flying for the 3 days I was there because there was no stress, and stuff like that. It's just really relaxing and beautiful place. I can't say enough. Joe's house there on the front, they get an extension. How big's the extension now on the front?
It's to the far side of the van, to the Range Rover. Range Rover.
Finished it yet?
It's not far off being completed.
But again, Joe Bloggses did a bit of helping him come down for a day, mix some cement. They've done a bit of.
Well, that's what I'm hoping to do Friday because they've actually got a sit-down lawnmower. Because obviously with my health now, it's a bit difficult to do manual stuff. But I can sit on a sit-down lawnmower, so that'd be great. So I can do a little bit of work for them as well then. Yeah,
So how's Tom? Tom's been ill, hasn't he? But how is he?
Tom's very ill, if I'm honest, mate. I'm not going to mention on the show why and whatever else, but yeah, he's very ill. You never know; he might actually come down. When I finish a show, I am going to play the last post, which was in the dark with all the lights and everything. That's what I'll end the show with tonight. It's a shame about Jo and Dion can't get on. There's Joe. Hang on. Do you want to go back one?
Yeah.
There's Joe, but Dion, but there with all his medals on. That's his Joe as well. He's standing there. You've got Sean there. You've got a lot of veterans there, folks. They do actually come down for the remembrance services as well. Obviously, Joe with the glasses on. She's Dion's wife, standing next to him. They're all doing a salute, paying their respects. They will have a 2-minute silence as well, folks.
Oh, sorry.
It's all right. No worries, mate.
So the old guy there.
Welshman, mate. Welshman.
Yeah, he work down all the time.
Yeah, he lives in same place as Mark Friend. He does. He lives.
Yeah, that's right. Because Mark takes him. He's took him a couple of times home.
Yeah, he's
Brexit Brian there last time.
yeah,
See him in corner.
yeah. Brexit Brian. There's a few faces I know there, but it's like a family down there, isn't it, John?
It is. It is. Honestly, it is. It is. Trying to get to the night view ones. Oh, wait, right. Go back.
Right. That yeah. Do you want to go back? Back to the oh.
Right, there we go. There we go.
That's a treehouse. It's actually got a fence around it now, folks. That is part of the glamping site. It's not part of the PTSD camp. But if you want to stay there and you book it up in advance, you can actually stay there. That hot tub can fit about 8 people in, folks. The treehouse can fit 2 people. It's got a kettle in there, and you can go over and use their the clubhouse facilities as well. That's not a problem. Really nice.
You don't really need to, because where there's
no, mate, it's gone. That's gone.
The barbecue. There's a barbecue.
Yeah, there's a barbecue they can use. But if you see the camp bit there with the fire, that's no longer there now, John. Yeah, it's actually a log cabin in the middle.
Oh right. Oh, I haven't seen that.
Yeah, another log cabin and another hot tub as well. So it's changed.
3 hot tubs.
Yeah, 3 hot tubs, mate.
Okay, now I'm missing it all here, but this hot tub on the big one is completely surrounded by a high wall, so you could naked do whatever you wanted to do in there. There's a little gate to get in, and it's fine. It's just a wood burner that heats it up. That's a toilet. The arse box there is a toilet and a shower.
Yeah, that's brilliant. That
is. They work fine. They work fine. The shower's good. I'm 6'4" and I don't mind showering in it.
I've been in there a few times, mate. Now on the left is the toilet block. That is men and women can use it. There's 2 showers in there. There's also 2 toilets on one side and 1 toilet on the other. That is what Sean Morris crawled atop the field for a couple of days after Christmas in the freezing cold in December. We raised £5,000 for that. But Sean Morris obviously did all the work. All I did was the filming, mate. But he did awesome. He was nearly dead, wasn't he? I didn't think he'd get round.
Yeah.
He did about 6 laps. Then he got to 10. He thought, I've only got 3 more to go. It took him 45 minutes to go around the last one. He was absolutely knackered. Absolutely knackered.
We've had to, if you look at the doors, this photo was taken not long after the raid. Now, them doors have got keyholes in them, and the keys are in the door. But the police said to one of the girls who was checking her horse, she said it like on my screen. There's no reason to lie. She said they ripped the doors off because they thought that the key slots would be rigged to blow up. Fucking honestly, you just couldn't make it up. Furious.
Yeah.
But it's all been straightened out. We've got doors on them now. There's a wood walkway in between that now and the cabin, and then round the front of the cabin. I might have a picture of it, or I haven't yet.
Well, that cabin down the bottom, that is the bunkhouse, folks. That was money raised, and it was built by veterans, civilians. They put that all together. It's a 2-room bunkhouse. It can sleep, I think it's 6 people.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, it's a double bed in there, and it's also a bunk bed, and plus you've got 2 settees in the front room as well. So 6 people can actually stay there. For veterans, you can stay there for free, folks. That's what it's mainly for, is for veterans, so they can stay the night when they come down.
Have the kids round, the families round, or whatever you want. And I think there's a veteran there who, without the camp, he wouldn't be able to spend any decent quality time with his kids.
Yeah, that's right.
And then, so he just works around the camp, chopping up a bit of wood and doing this, and that, you know, to pay his way. But yeah, there's a little bit of storage space. You've got a washing machine in the shower block or a dryer, one of the two. A washing machine, I think. But yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Fiona said her hubby and son did the floor. Yeah, thank you, Fiona.
Thank you, Fiona. Thank you.
Awesome job. Absolutely awesome. That's the back of the bunkhouse. It's completely changed, John. It's actually got bigger, and it's actually got a roof canopy coming off it.
I've seen the roof canopy off it. Coming outwards, yeah, I've seen that.
So if it's raining, you can go under there. You don't have to go inside. There is a wood stove in there as well. There's cooking facilities in there as well.
But that's the old back, innit? It's not the front. That's the old back.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's the old back original.
Yeah, I think I'll have the front.
It's on the other side now.
I'm just a little. Oh, Phil in action there.
Yeah, that's me doing a live. That's Grenadier Dave. That's Simon, who's a veteran who's staying there at the moment.
Oh, I don't know if I've got the other side of it.
Yeah, look at that sunset. Amazing, absolutely amazing.
And I when I remember going to the camp, there was only the tree house there. There was nothing else. There were no toilet. There were no pod. There were no bunkhouse at the bottom. The clubhouse was just a little square of about 2 meter square. That's all the clubhouse started off as.
Yeah, but it weren't really. It wasn't a clubhouse to start off. It was a stable, wasn't it?
Yeah. Oh, aye, that's what it was. That's what it was.
Stable, mate. Yeah, stable crackers. I will get pictures of the camp.
I mean, good idea. Liz come up with a good idea using the bottom of a red Coke bottle, cutting them off, and they're like poppies on design on one side of the. I must have it somewhere. There, look there.
Yeah.
That picture. So the red poppies are the bottom of Coke bottles, but obviously, you know, everything's recyclable. Whatever we can gets recycled, but yeah, and that's a lovely picture. That.
Yeah, that's the back of the clubhouse, which is now the front.
Yeah,
and that's where the door is, and that's where their canopy comes over the front. So the canopy is the same size as the clubhouse, but I'm sure they put an extension on and pushed it out even further. I might be wrong. That might be. Is that the third extension or the second extension? No, the second extension they've done. Isn't it?
One that.
Yeah, that's and then they put the canopy on the front.
Yeah, because where the heat thing is for the fire, that is where the canopy starts, in it coming out.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's where the fire is inside. You go in the door and the fire's just there. Have they insulated it any a bit better? Yeah.
Because it's got the canopy over the front, they close the door with the log cabin on it. It's quite nice and warm in there in the winter. But it's just cold in the car when I'm sleeping, because I won't take a tent, folks. It's too much putting it. Well, not putting it up, but it's sleeping on the ground, and I can't be arsed. I'm more comfortable in my car, to be honest, when I'm down there. There you go. There's Corky. That's one of their dogs.
And I've been at the camp, and when you like the gate to come in, the dog's barking, and there's no lights there, and then you see the lights a couple of minutes after. The dog knows when someone's just right outside the gate. You can't even see it from where it is, but the dog knows, and it starts barking.
Yeah, that's right, mate. It's a third extension, there is, and yeah, it's got concrete inside now. It's not wood chip, so they got a concrete base in there as well. So it's a lot better, really. I love Corky to bits. She's a lovely dog. She is. But don't cross her and don't bring a dog down there. That's all I can say. There you can see.
No, no dogs unless it's going to stay in a cabin or something like that, or you're just visiting. You can keep it in cars because their dogs don't like other dogs. But
no, they're like a pack, mate. They're like a pack.
So when I first met Jo and Dion, you can see little baby doll there on the left. She weren't even born. She weren't even born. Dolly was still pregnant with baby doll when we first met Jo and Dion. And obviously since then she's had the baby. They've expanded the camp. We were there when they were talking with Joseph and Bobby about starting it up and asking for their support, which they have done all the way through the camp. Joseph and Bobby supported whatever they can. They've done it for camp. And it is a family. I feel really comfortable down there. You know, I can let my hair down. I can let my hair down where I can't here at home now. I can't on a regular basis. I'm being a counsellor or whatever. I'm filming. I'm going on demos. I can't let my hair down. So it's a really I can't say enough about the camp, me.
When I first met Jo, it must have been 4 years ago. It was during Brexit. It was about banners on bridges and stuff like that. So little Dolly wasn't even thought of then. But yeah, it was me and Paul who went down the camp first of all, and I did a live down there and put photos up. Then Joseph, the week later, decided he's going to come down with Lizzie. So, and it all spiraled from there. They spoke to Jo and Dion, and Jo and Dion offered land for the PTSD respite, the main sufferers. So Jo and Dion are really good people who do look after their own, the veterans and everything. They're just amazing people, like absolutely amazing. Yeah, the twins are, Fiona. Same with Joseph and Bobby as well as Tia and Dolly. Twins seem to. Oh, it's lovely when it's lit up at night, don't it, mate?
Yeah.
It's gorgeous down there. That reminds me, I've got to find my tripod. I think Kimberly from PCP Wales has got it. Yeah, I think she's got it. So I'm going to have to go down there. I can only do it tomorrow because I'm going up Friday. There you go. Mank Dave said, let your hair down. Put your afro wig on, John. Well, I let my hair down and look what happened to it. I couldn't get it back, folks. I couldn't get it back. I lost it.
So who brought the drone to take the overshots of the field?
There was a guy who, it was about $3,000 worth of drone it was at the time. He came down. I think he was a veteran. I'm sure he was. He came down and got the overview of it. Amazing. So yeah, folks, if you can, come down and support them, folks. The link is in the comments. Nick Orban, thank you very much. Who's that? That's my admin, isn't it? That must be Carrie Ann. Thank you, Carrie. I tell you what, my admin are spot on, mate. Jill, I've got Tommy, I've got Stacey, I've got Carrie, and they're amazing, mate. They are absolutely amazing with me. If I can't find something, they'll find it for me. They're brilliant. Oh, it'd be amazing if you'd pop down, Fiona. I haven't seen you for a long time. I need to get you on camera because I know you're scared of a camera, Fiona. You hate cameras, don't you? So let's put the details back up of the camp. See if I can find them now. Right. So, like I said, Armed Forces Weekender it says day. It's for the weekender, folks. It's for the 24th, 25th, and 26th. It's Norwell Farm, the PTSD Camp, Bath Road, Norton St. Phillips, BA 7LR. Best way to get there is put in your sat nav Norton St Philip. It'll take you straight there. You go to the village, then type in Bath Road, 3/4 of a mile up from Bath Road. As you go over 2 sets of humps, it's on the left. It's got eggs for sale. There's a gate there, and just open the gate. Make sure you close the gate after you, by the way, folks. And if you're a veteran, you can camp for free, or you can stay in their bunkhouse. If you're a civilian, just a small donation to the camp. It helps towards food, electric, and stuff for the veterans who do actually stay there.
Bring stuff down.
Yeah. They could do with some help as well regarding food and stuff like that. Obviously, it does cost money for the gas and electric. It does cost money, and especially food, because Joe does actually do an evening meal for the 2 veterans who are there. No, 1 veteran there at the moment, and Sparky, who does all electric work and the odd jobs around the camp. So it all helps it out, folks. So weekends like this, when you get quite a few veterans down there, which is near enough every weekend, you get veterans going down there, folks. The camp needs your support, so if you can help them, that'd be great. What else? So yeah, I'm going to be down the camp around probably about 2 o'clock on Friday. Anybody wants to come down, or they just message me on Messenger. Fiona said, "Don't film her." That's what she means. She hates it. What do you mean you can't remember that detail? All you got to do is put in Norton St Philip, and then put Bath Road in. Follow Bath Road for 3/4 of a mile. I'm going slow for you now, Fiona, and you've been there a few times. And it's 3/4 of a mile up over 2 sets of humps, and then it's on the left where you see a gate.
Most of the time, you're coming into Bath, you'll go down past the camp to get to Norwell, and then you just have to go back up the road a little bit. It can be really difficult, but then it's not difficult as well, if you know what I mean.
No, it's not. We've been here a few times. Yeah, it's on the right of Fiona coming up. I come up from the M4, so it's a little bit different. If you're coming from the M4, you follow that. But all you have to do is go to Norton St Philip, and that's it. Put that in. You'll either pass it where you see eggs for sale on a gate and stables on the right, or if you're coming from the M4 and coming up the other way, it's 3/4 of a mile up a road at Bath Road. That's all there is, folks. It's not far. Well, it takes me about an hour and 20 minutes to get there. And I live in Wales, so it's about an hour on the motorway and about 20 minutes on the A roads. That's it. But if you're coming the motorway way, folks, you'll go through a little village which it's got a weir and a canal, and the bridges. There is a toll on the bridges, £1. So make sure you bring £1, folks. Right, I'm not far off finishing tonight. It's gone on longer. It's you, John. Hour and 45 minutes, near enough. Right, let's go on about the demos which are coming on this week. There are 2 demos, folks, this week. Oh no, there's 1 demo this week. It's that one. It saves a date. 1 Million Unite for Freedom. Speakers Corner, London. That's Saturday the 25th. You can see them on Real News, Live News. The posters are up on there. This is another one for London. I think they'll be changing a lot of these freedom marches now, John. I think they'll be going to cost of living marches, because it's going to affect a lot more people, isn't it?
Yeah, but I mean, just what they're planning on doing, they're better off pooling all the money into making a political party. Unfortunately, that's the better way to go. I want the Freedom Alliance to do a bit better, and you know, I want them to keep at it, because I were in Batley when I met Jonathan Till, and I talked to some other members of the Freedom Alliance, and there is a woman about late 20s, and you know, she was so like upset with what gone on, the vaccine and the jabs and all this lot, that it's pushed her to say that she wants to stand as a candidate. You know what I mean? And she wants to stand up and be counted. And that, I just thought that was so good. But obviously they've got Mick. Is it Mick? Mick's
Yeah, Mick standing.
But and they're just not going to do no good. Then you're better off saving your train fare and going getting 90 quid's worth of leaflets and posting them round your doors where you live, your area where you live. Honestly, if you get 5,000, you can do your ward. That's what I'd do. But I want to plug for some money, me, if I can. I need donations because I need leaflets. I've got a year-long campaign. By the time May comes next year, just 2 people would have run in 4 elections. By May next year, so that'd be 2 elections for me and 2 elections for Pat. So
put your link up in the comments.
I'm doing it.
If you put your link up, then people can know how to follow you, John. Because you do a couple of shows on my group and my page every week anyway. So just put your link up. Also, this one, John. This is on the 4th. This is on a Monday. Now, for a demonstration, it's having it on a Monday is a little bit different. They're going to bring the Severn Bridge to a standstill. They're supposed to be. Both sides of the Severn Bridge are meant to be coming to a standstill because of the fuel prices. I think we're going to see a lot more demos like this across the country, folks, because people they can't afford to get to work. Like, I know they have to pay to get to do this demo and pay for fuel and stuff, but I hope it's not a go slow. I hope they are actually going to stop, and I hope it's done professionally how they stop, and it doesn't cause any harm to any other drivers, because that's not what this demonstration's about. It's about stopping the Severn Bridge for 12 hours, John.
Ooh.
12 hours. But if you've got 1,000 cars on at Severn Bridge, there's no way the police are going to be able to do anything. They are going to leave the hard shoulder open for emergency vehicles. I don't know. It's a bit like the train strike, isn't it? It's affecting people who are actually going to work. The low-income people who go to work. This is what I'm on about, the trains. A lot of people aren't going to be putting food on the table this week because they can't get to work. A lot of people won't be able to afford for gas and electric this week because they couldn't get to work because of trains. The tubes are the same. They went on strike. They've gone on strike. Now, this is going to do exactly the same for the. Maybe it's a day loss of wages. It's still a day's loss of wages. Perhaps they can go around the other Severn Bridge. I don't think they're going to hit both, but I'll probably be reporting on it. I'll probably get out to the back of the queue of it because I'm not going to go in the front. If I'm in the queue and I'm stopped, I'm stopped. You know what I mean? If the organisers want to stop it, I'm happy to turn my car off. But I've got a funny feeling it's going to be 30 mile out, so go slow. I've done 30 mile go slow, so they are safe. But doing one lane isn't going to make much difference. I mean, it's not going to make much difference. It doesn't. I've done it on Severn Bridge before, mate.
It's got to be some other way. I mean, the way they're doing it, and I mean, these Extinction Rebellion and all that causing havoc and all that. Yeah. But Extinction Rebellion didn't change anything, and they filled London up for 2 months, and it didn't change anything. You know what I mean? And all that money and all that put into it, surely that money could have gone on better things.
Yeah, definitely, mate.
But the cost of living and all that lot. I mean, we have to make sacrifices. So if I was a car driver, I just wouldn't be driving my car. I wouldn't buy any petrol. I'd be thinking about selling my car. Don't matter where I worked, I'd be thinking about selling my car. Then when my work set, you can't. You live too far away. Well, it's not my fault. You go and tell the government, because the government have made me sell my car. You know what I mean? That's what I'd do. That's the kind of thing I'd do. I'd just be selling my car, never go to a garage again, never buy any petrol or anything like that. and that's where it's going to hit them harder. That's what I personally would do.
Right. If there's 1,000 cars are serious about this now, right? Never mind 12 hours. What they should actually do is take the sleeping bags, put loads of food in the car. If it's 1,000 cars that turned up on that Monday, there's probably going to be a lot more because there's people coming from all over the country, and they're actually going to do it on the M1, I think, as well. So my look, it should be done like this on a Wednesday. It should be outside Parliament, and cars do not move. They should hit London, say about 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, when question time starts. Park the cars up, and that's it. And I'm prepared to stay there until the end, like until they do something about the fuel prices. But it's not just the fuel prices. We've got to be honest here. It's the cost of living, the gas, electric, the food, and it's our corrupt government. Now, we could go back onto it again, revolution. I don't want to really say that, but I think that's the only way we can actually go forward on this now. Look, I've seen 2 million on the streets in London, right? 1 million on the streets in London, and they've done bugger all. Because, all right, they were there for the right reasons. They were there for the, anti-COVID, anti-inject jibby jabbies and whatever else. But it's taking that next step.
What about? Yeah, it is taking that next step. What about? I mean, just off the cuff idea. If you've got like 1,000 cars around Manchester, you just go and block all petrol stations. Just go block all petrol stations. You know, there's hundreds of things, but just going to London is just not the thing. There's a lot better things to do than that. It's good though if you want to meet up with people and stuff like that. But you know,
that's my admin. My ears pick up every time I hear La Revolution.
Right, I'm going, Phil. I'm going.
Right. Thank you for jumping on, mate.
No worries. Been
Pleasure.
lovely. I'm glad to talk about the camp. I can't say enough about Jo and Dion and the family and John, Jo, and I can't say enough about all the family. I can't. And so I've known them more than 3 years. Like I said, I knew baby doll before she were born. The camp, there was nothing in the camp when I first went down. So I've seen it develop, and it's really good and really enjoyable. Thank you very much, everyone, tuning in. Big John here.
Thank you, John. Thanks for jumping on notice. Thank you very much. Thank you to John. Awesome guy. Jumped on at the last minute. I could have been here left on my own. Oh, the picture looks terrible now on my Todd. There are a few other demos I want to talk about as well, which are coming up. The third Saturday every month outside the Carnage Senate. We should be there, folks. If you're not there and you're a parent, you should be ashamed of yourself. If you agree with the sex education, then you're either a pedo. How can I put it? There's no other way of putting it. You're a pedo, folks. You're a pedo supporter, I should say. Not a pedo. You're a pedo supporter, because you should be there. If you've got children or grandchildren, you should be outside our Senate, because the Welsh PCP Wales Girls are the only organisation have got this far, have got them into court. The Welsh Parliament into court, and it's a knock-on effect. It will be, if they can win that case, folks. It'll be a knock-on effect for 52 countries around the world, and that includes England, Scotland, and Ireland. And our kids will not be taught sex education from the ages of 3. Now, it's bang out of order, and the truth is going to come out in court, folks, and I will be there reporting on it. I'll definitely be inside that courtroom, and I'll be reporting on everything that is said. Any lies are done by the council, which the local government, the Welsh Assembly, the education minister, I will be there. I'll be reporting on it, folks. I'll be doing a live update every single night of what's gone on in that courtroom, because we can't have it any longer, folks, because they're lying to the teachers of what's going to be taught. The teachers don't even know, half the teachers don't even know what's being taught in our schools. So, folks, you have to come to the Welsh Assembly, third Saturday every month until they actually get in the court, folks. And when that case goes to court, you better be there. If you're a parent and you care about your child, you love your child, you should be at that courtroom as well. You should be there every weekend supporting them, and you should be in that courtroom. That judge okayed that case to go ahead. That High Court judge said yes, the Welsh government have got something to answer to. So if a judge is already allowed it to go into a courtroom, folks, you should be there supporting the PCP Wales girls. They can't do it on their own. They need your support. It does cost money for a barrister, folks. But that's not the only issue. They need your support. They need you there. That's all I can say. If you love your child, you're going to be there. As simple as that. If you love your grandchild, you'll be there. If you want a generation in this country which is a lot better and not run by, how can I put it, the loony lefty ideology, because that's what it is, you'll be there, folks. It's simple as that. I support the PCP girls, and you know that full well, folks. So you need to be out to the side of the centre every third Saturday. I do mean at 1 o'clock. They are North Wales as well for the fourth Saturday of every month, folks. So you need to be there, because if you love your child, you're going to be there. We can't have this continuing with this lefty ideology, folks. Let's have a look at the comments. I've missed loads of comments. So let's right. Yeah, a lot of thank yous for John for jumping on. Yeah, done amazing. He did. His link for his leaflets and that for him standing for council and doing council elections. I mean, he's starting doing it now. Like, he's dead against his sex education as well. There are a few more demos I want to cover. I'll find them now, folks. Yeah, so let's go back to the other ones. So yeah, I can't say it any more clearer about the sex education, folks. We've got the school bill coming through as well. So if you think you're homeschooling and you can get away with it, you want to have a look at the new school bill. It's fucking diabolical. It is diabolical. I did actually, I did watch the BBC because I wanted to see what the school bill was. I watched it in the Lords, folks. It is a diabolical bill for anybody that's homeschooling. They're actually going to take control of your kids as far as what they're going to be taught. That's what they're saying. They're not going to be in control of your kids. They are, trust me. And they'll be checking up on what you're teaching your kids. So if it's sex education, you have to do a certain amount of the curriculum, if you like it or not, folks. So if you think you're going to homeschool, you've got no chance. And I'm trying to find, right, I don't know. Yeah, there is. Right, this is another demo organised. This is for, let's get rid of that first. Otherwise, you can't see it properly. All right, it's a comment as well. Let's see if I can do this properly. Banners. There you go. All right, let's get back to it. Right, folks, so this is to stop grooming our kids. This is about the drag queens going at story hour going around the country, folks. I have got the full list of them. There's quite a few, but this one's for Cardiff. This is outside the Central Library. It's on Friday the 12th of August, 2 p.m. Cardiff. Basically, drag queens are there, right? Drag queens are adult education. Why are they doing story times? And actually doing it in schools as well. On about doing it in schools. They're already doing it in American schools. We've got to put a stop to this. Why would you want a drag queen who talking to kids and dressed up as a woman? Do you mean we can't have this ideology put onto our kids? We can't. We've got to stop it. You don't know your gender until you're older. Now they want to put it through the sex education, 4 to 5. You can choose a gender, height, and you don't even have to tell your parents. The school can hide it away from your parents. Like, it's sickening. It's sickening what's happening in our schools. Safe sex, another one. Anal. You know, they regard these teachers are going to be teaching safe sex. Well, not only is it a condom, but if you do anal, you're not going to get the girl pregnant. Oh, it's going mad. This country is bonkers, folks, and I'm starting to really hate it. Yeah, I'll try to put the updates on. I think there is another demo. There is quite a few demos going around. There's an immigration one. That's the 2nd of July, St. Helens Square. That's up in Yorkshire, York. That's 1:30 p.m. This is another one I'm going to be going to. Let's get rid of that first. Right. That is Unite the Children. It's Stop Paedophilia, Supporting Survivors. That's up in Manchester. That is actually on the 27th of August, folks. That's another one you need to get to. It does mention the grooming of children in education, because they are. You'll hear from campaigners and hunters. The Blair twins are going to be at that one. They are going to be speaking, folks. So, but there's so many different demos going on, folks. I can't put them all up. I've got them all up in my. Let's go back through the comments, and there you go. I put up the Manchester dates. That is 27th of August. I've done that for you, Mandy. Yeah, there's so much I could talk about tonight. Yeah, there's going to be quite a few demos going to be going on around the country. There's Bristol and stuff like that. We know Bristol is a lefty city. I have got the poster. I'll put it up next week at the end of the show next week after Profit Not Cure 3. Anybody that's got questions for my for the two people going to come on regarding alternative medicine, please get your questions ready. Send them to me, and I'll try and get you the answers. Because nice things, yeah. See you all in Manchester. Yeah, Dave, I'll definitely be seeing you there. I'm hoping to get, well, I think I've got well, there's quite a few of you in Manchester who will put me up for the night, so thank you very much. I won't have to worry about a hotel for that night. He's never gone back to school, Captain. Yeah, but the new school bill, Mandy, it's not looking good. However, I want to give a testimony about my HIV virus that was cured by a great herbal doctor. Since last 4 months, I have been in great pain, so I told them. I have no idea if this is legit or not. I don't know if I know the person. I'll check the person out after, because I don't believe everything that's been put out in front of me. Obviously, I know about cancer and I know about certain other things. HIV, I'm not up in. I know that affects the immune system. I know it's not HIV which kills you. It's the immune system going down and down and down. That's what actually kills you in the end. But there's drugs out there now. You only have to take 1 pill a day, and it does improve your immune system. As alternative medicines for it, I'm not sure. That question would have to be asked on the show next week. Can I put a link up for Tinky's? She had to flee the country and now find it difficult. What do you mean Tinky's fled the country? What do you mean, our Tinky? This is news to me, Fiona. You can put it up. You can put a link up in the comments, and as long as it's on my page, it'll still be on there. I won't remove it. If she needs help, she needs help. Right, no worries, Mandy. Thanks for that. Yeah, ignore that. It's a Lambeth, wherever it is. I don't know if I can delete it via delete comment. Block user. Right, I've deleted her and I've blocked her. Thanks for that, Mandy. I weren't too 100% sure, because you do get people jumping on the show like doing. Thank you, Welsh Blonde. And I'm going to finish a show now, folks. What's Fiona said before I go? I fought the mask, 40 months, refused to send him, got the fines and single justice procedure. Notice I ignored all, and they now steal from my ESA. He now has an exemption. Jerks. There you go. it's wrong. And that was the other thing about the school bill. They are going to, if the council don't agree about your child being homeschooled, they can actually fine you, folks. And what you find is a lot of people who are on lower incomes are homeschooling, and obviously they've got no money. This is what they do. They fine the lower earning people to pay for their mistakes. Right. Put that one up. I will put the comments up as I'm finishing off. So what I'm actually going to do now, folks, is I'm going to finish the show. It's gone on for 2 hours, 5 minutes. And there's me on my own in the beginning. I'm still talking. My voice is going. It's worse than a live. Well, it is a live show, folks. Thank you all for watching. Thank you all for sharing. Thanks to my brilliant admin. And thanks to John, who jumped on at the last minute. Thank you very much, mate. So what I'm going to do, remember, if you can, if you've got time, go down to the Bath PTSD Camp. All the instructions are on this video. It's on the poster. And like I said, it's easy to get to, folks. And if you're stuck and you get lost, just give me a bell on Messenger and I'll answer it. I will pick it up for you. It's not a problem. I don't ignore people. I do pick the phone up. Do you know what I mean? So not a problem there. So here we go. It's going to be an amazing weekend. It's going to be absolutely brilliant. And hopefully I'll see some of you down there. Good night. God bless. And thank you all.